Hey, what's going on, guys? This is another Europa Barbarorum online battle against I'm in the Macedonians. I tried to get as close a Macedonian army as I think appropriate. So here we've got one Hittite unit, which is the companion cavalry, as my general. Let's see, 5 Pezzateri, 1 unit of Hippeis Thessalakoi. Those are the Thessalian cavalry that would have held the left flank. Cretan archers, Misopori, Toxitai, Kretikoi. Thrakoi, Peltistai. These are pretty elite peltists. It's said that they were one of the first to incorporate the peltist shield into their warfare, and they were able to fight off the Greeks in this manner. Let's see. Hispaspistai, Hypaspistai. These are the Royal Guard type of, they would fight in the manner of hoplites. They've got the really strong bronze muscle cuirasses. Some Peltistai. These guys would be used to plug the holes in the phalanx, and also is used as light troops. Let's see, Hittite something, whatever, some sort of skirmisher cav. More Thrakoi, Peltistai. And some classical hoplites to guard my left flank. Thurioporoi. These guys are actually like a mix between the legionnaires and the phalanx, and they'd be used as mobile strike forces to go around the flanks or plug holes in the phalanx. And they were really underused in Diadochi warfare. They could have been used to great effect against the Romans if they were used properly. Here's just some Hellenic slingers. Alright, so as usual I'm going to be having my general on the right try to go around and hammer an anvil, and my left flank is going to be try to hold off. I've got my guys in a sort of echelon formation on the left, a little staggered, so that my left flank doesn't meet him as far. And today I'm going to be fighting the Pahlava, or the Parthians, as you may know. These guys are really good because they've got armor-piercing swords. Those curved swords. They're kind of like the fox, what they call the Rumphi, whatever. I don't know what they're called. Some sort of fox stuff. And they're really resilient. All right, let's check out the Parthian army. He's got 3 units of phalanxes: Pandotopoi, Phalangitai, Hellenic native phalanxes. These would be like just native levies. Some Babylonian spearmen. I think he's got 3 units, 1 on each flank, and his general is a Babylonian spearman. 2 Caucasian archers. These guys have some of the best range in the game and some of the best attack. It's said by I think it's Xenophon? No, I don't remember which historian. It said they used really large missiles. Thurioporoi, Eastern Axemen. These guys have armor-piercing axes. Can cleave through a phalanx if they're in the back. They're not very hardy individuals. 2 units of horse archers, the hay riders. These guys would be this like Scythian mercenary type of people. Cataphracts. Can't have a Parthian army without cataphracts. Asia Tikoi Hippeis, just medium cavalry. More horse archers, 2 units of horse archers, so that's gonna be a pain, and another unit of cataphracts. Yeah, this is gonna be a real pain of an army to fight. I hate horse archers with a vengeance. Okay, so starting off the skirmish part, advancing my phalanx to engage his phalanx first, because my Pezzateri are pretty good. I'm not sure if you say Pezzateri or Ezzateri. I used to say Ezzateri, but I think you should probably put the P in there somehow. Got the Peltists in there. They're really soaking up a lot of archer fire because he's got 2 Caucasian archers. They're really good at missile warfare. Plus, I think his horse archers are also firing. Horse archers are just a real pain, and it's going to be obliterating my Peltist force, who from the front really don't have that much effect on the phalanxes. They need to go, usually you want them to go around the back and shoot into the phalanx. Okay, and I've got my cavalry force going off here, mixed in with some Thracian peltists. These guys are I can't stress enough how amazing these guys are at their multifunction, because they're really good at flanking troops. skirmish cavalry. Trying to distract his right flank cavalry. As usual, I'm trying to use Alexander's tactics. Try to find a hole in his line while I engage. Seems a bit strange going so far off from the battlefield, but I've got enough troops. I'm going to use these guys to also exploit his flank. My Hispaspistae, Hypaspistae. I gotta keep on repronouncing it to make sure I get it right. Alright, Peltis, as usual, are getting hit hard. They're down to nearly half their size. I find it really annoying having to fight archer heavy armies. Especially if I'm a Western faction, because I don't usually rely on missiles if I'm a Western faction. Alright, I'm engaging his phalanx, and he's bringing over his flank troops. See, I'm finding a bit of a hole here. Not much. I'm trying to get my Hittite behind to be able to do some hammer and anvil strikes. And I'm setting my left flank up in a defensive formation, so that I don't have to fight his on my left flank. But all the while he's shooting my cavalry and peltists and stuff, so it's really doing a lot of damage. But I did manage to get my Hittite past his troops, because a little opening sent my skirmisher cav, and it was kind of a suicide mission against his cataphracts. But I'm also backing them up with peltists. See, these long swords, they're really lethal. They're gonna get chewed up by the horse archers though. They really do a lot of damage. Okay. So, a massive flank move. He flanks my phalanx, but I end up hitting his archers. And I'm gonna be trying to go for his general. That's my main battle plan. He's still got his unit of medium cavalry there, but I think he forgets about them. Alright, so his flank troops couldn't handle it. They were routing. They're routing now because of the combined weight of my Thracian peltists, my other peltists, and my Hispaspistae. Yeah. So now I'm going to try to go after his general. His horse archers coming around my flank. I'm not too happy about this because they can shoot my infantry in the back. His my left flank still hasn't engaged. I don't really want them to engage because I want them to hold, to be sure to be ready for any threat that might attack my phalanx in the back. However, my right flank and my center is doing pretty well. The thing about this game is that phalanx battles are really slow, so you gotta make sure that they're well supported for the fight. Alright, doing some hammer and anvils against his troops. His spearbits actually secondary attack use a mace attack, which are pretty powerful. Okay, my skirmisher cav on this flank routed, but my Thracians are still here, fighting off the cataphracts, keeping his cataphracts busy, basically. And his right's still not engaging, which is fine for me. I'm chewing up his general, basically. I'm trying to take out his right first before I commit my left. And also I want my left to hold off his troops. Unfortunately, he's outflanking my left, so I'm going to try to plug it with some Therioporoi, Spearmen, and Peltists. Not really much of a plug, but I'm going to try to hold him off as best I can while I rout his general. Here I hammer and anviled his phalanx, so we're going to be routing. And I'm bringing back my phalanx to support my rear, because these cataphracts they can do a lot of damage. But thankfully I'm holding them up with Therioporoi. Alright, finally his phalanx advances. There shouldn't be too much of a problem with me, as long as he doesn't hammer and anvil me. His general's still here, and they're in guard mode. I don't really like people who use guard mode so much. My Hittite are exhausted, and they've been shot at by archers a lot. Where's my... oh yeah, here we go. My Thessalian cavalry are down to only 53 men, because they've been shot by archers so much. and in these numbers, they're in no way able to hold off his attack on the left flank. Yeah, my peltists are absolutely no chance, leave no chance for my against his cataphracts. We're still pretty heavy in number, but in any case, I send my Thessalians as a plug of some sort, just to hold off his cataphracts a bit longer. So see, he's got a bunch of his troops wrapped around my flank. And I'm just waiting. I'm kind of just, you know, trying to hold a line here, but things are starting to get really chaotic. So horse archers are still shooting me in the back. And I think he's trying to go for my phalanx. Yep. There they go. Trying to get past my rear guard here. His general's still here. They're really holding out. Really holding out. But I do another hammer and anvil. And there goes his general. Finally, it took, I don't know, a long time. And a lot of units, a lot of commitment. I think finally my peltists... Oh, there goes his general. Yeah, my peltists are heavily depleted. But his cataphracts finally managed to get out of that fray. I think he forgot about them a bit. Or he expected my peltists to rout faster, I'm not sure. But my troops holding off all his cataphracts was able to rout his general. So now the fight's going to be a little easier for me. And finally he brings his horse archers in. These guys aren't really good in a melee, but in a large mass they can really do a lot of damage. Yeah, so things are getting really chaotic. My Thessalians are just about depleted. My flank troops are surrounded on all sides. Thankfully, my right force is coming back to help. There's his fastest die. Unfortunately, a lot of my troops are really exhausted. My general unit was exhausted a long time ago. I'm starting to surround his phalanx here. My Thessalians have fought really hard. Unfortunately, they got overwhelmed. Yeah, my rear guard really did a lot of good stuff here. He finally brought in his medium cavalry to assault my general, but I'm bringing my phalanx in to help out. Yeah, here we go. And his archers are still shooting. Oh, annoying archers. When will I be rid of you? His cataphracts are having a really hard time attacking my troops because of all my spear units in the back. Really making use of my support infantry to make sure my phalanx isn't attacked from behind by cavalry. But still, things are really messy. This unit's down to 32 men. Most of his horse archers have routed, as you can see by all their dead bodies in the ground. So, as you can see, they're really not great in melee. His cataphracts have hardly lost any men. This unit's lost, I don't know, 40 men. Quite a long time after all those battles. Cataphracts can do a lot of damage, and they last a long time. But I finally pinned them in between my phalanx here. Most of his main forces have been severely depleted or routed. So, seeing little hope for the battle, he admits defeat. It was a really strong fought battle, really close victory. Both of our units were very depleted. So I had 2,075 kills, and my opponent yuehzi again had 1,689 kills. Again, a very close victory. Good game. Hope you guys enjoyed this multiplayer video. See you guys. guys next time.